Alright, so welcome back. Last time in the previous tutorial, I believe we were on this step here, and we'd sort of drawn out the cutouts for the wheels. And we want to make sure that the wheel has the cutout so it looks, like a wheel, and also use less material. So to do that, we're going to use another tool called the extrude tool. So that is right over here, extrude. What that does is basically think of like a 2D shape. It simply pulls that upwards, like stretches it upwards, basically. And we're going to use that to add some depth to this and cut out these shapes. So we're going to click on each feature that we want to extrude. This, let's click here, 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 and let's click the center circle over here. And we're going to select through all. So that basically has it cut backwards through the entire shape. So click through all and click OK. And you can see that we have cut all the cutouts through the entire shape. Now let's add some more fine details to this. Let's add some fancy stuff. Let's use the chamfer tool here. That's located right here. Chamfer. Think of it as basically if you were to add a bevel to a corner. So think of if you've ever used a file, just have you ever filed down an angled edge? Yeah, just think of that. That's what the chamfer tool does. So click chamfer, and this is going to be a long repetitive step, but we're going to click each spoke here, and we're just going to click all of them, each and every single one of them on the wheel. There, 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 and there, 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 and there. Watch out for which one you're clicking on. Click the circle one as well. Turn it around. Do the exact same thing again. Yep, there, 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 and there. I know that this is a little bit repetitive, but trust me, it's worth it. It's a useful skill to have, and also it looks nice. So now that we've clicked every single one of them and the circle edges, let's set the distance. Mine is already set to 1 millimeter, but if it's not, set it to 1 millimeter. Click OK. And there we go. We have the nice angled edges. Now, funny enough, on the idea of think smarter, not harder, if for those of you who are a little bit more familiar with this, you might have noticed that we could have done all of this in a lot less steps. If you're feeling daring, you can try that too. I'll just show how to do it here. So basically, this is the step before we use a circular tool to make the entire pattern around the circle. And we can get to this step over here from this step in less steps than we did over here, funny enough, if you want. So from here, finish sketch. Same thing, extrude. Click that face, through all. Click OK. And then just click chamfer and do chamfering on these edges for each and every single edge and circle. Same thing over here. There, 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 and there. Make sure once again that that's 1 millimeter. Click OK. And it looks like it's incomplete, and that's where we use the circular pattern tool now. So click on the circular pattern tool. On features, we're selecting features. Click this extrusion and this chamfer. Click both of them. Then click on this red cursor over here. That's the rotational axis. And just click along this circle over here. Make sure it's this one. Click that. And let's have 5 of them, right? And there we go. We have 5. That is a lot less clicking. But overall, this is a little bit more advanced. This is the way that we did before is a lot easier to get. So you do it according to your own comfort levels with this. But we're not quite there yet, as you've noticed. Wheels tend to be rounded. This is not very, this is very flat. Let's fix that. We're going to use the fillet tool for that. Now the fillet tool is similar to this chamfer tool, except instead of just angling it down to like a straight edge, we're sort of smoothing it to a curve. So let's click fillet, and let's click on this edge over here, and this edge over here, and mine's also already set to this, but make sure it's set to 8 millimeters, and click OK. And there you go. We have ourselves what looks to be a wheel. I think it looks like a wheel in my opinion. Now, here's a little extra challenge if you guys are a little bit more up for it, if you guys feel like challenging yourselves, or if you're just a little bit more familiar with it. A really useful tool that's really helped me throughout the years is the plane tool. Now, what I'm thinking is we want to add treads onto this wheel. We want to make sure that it can grip onto things a lot more better and a lot more easily. So to do that, we want to use a plane tool, and we want to make sure that there are textures on this surface. But how do we do that? Now, a plane tool, now, first off, let's establish what a plane is. A plane is, when you start a 2D sketch and you can choose like an X, Y, or Z plane, X, Y, Z, right? Now, a plane tool is pretty much just making your own plane to start your own sketch on any sort of these options over here. Now, the one we're interested in is the tangent to surface and parallel to plane. So we're going to click that. We're going to click this surface here because that's where we want it. And we're going to click what plane we want it to be parallel to. I prefer to go over here, click origins, and just click on one of these planes here. Don't choose the YZ plane. We want it to be on the wheel. I would suggest the XZ plane in this case, just because that's closer. And you can see we have ourselves a little plane here. And if I was to click Start 2D Sketch, I could click on this plane and make a sketch on this plane. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to click, let's make this a rectangle. So click 2-point center, rectangle. Start from the center here. Let's make this 14 millimeters wide. Sorry, long, and let's make this 6 actually. Let's make 6 millimeters wide, yeah. And then click OK. We have ourselves a shape. Technically, constraining isn't too big of an issue here. You should. But in the sake of time, I'm just going to make do with that. So we're going to click Extrude and make sure it's on that sketch over there. Now we want to specify that we want to cut. First off, let's make sure that we aren't cutting too deep in. Let's say if it was 10, we can't have that much into the wheel. So let's set it to 3 millimeters, yeah. We're going to specify that it is going to be a cut. So click cut, and it should automatically select that option there, and click OK. And now we have a little indent in our wheel. Now to turn that into a indent along the entire wheel, we want to click the circular pattern tool, click features, and click the extrusion. And then along the rotational axis, click rotational axis, the red cursor here, and click that circle along here. And let's choose 30, anywhere between 34 and 36. I'm feeling in the mood for 35, just somewhere in the middle. Click OK, and there we go. And obviously, I mean, if you don't really need the sketch anymore, you don't want to keep on seeing it, just hover over it and right-click it, and just click on visibility. That just turns off the visibility, and yeah, as you can see, now we have a little wheel with treads. If you want, you can make a different shape, but it's the same concept nonetheless of using a plane, and it's a really useful tool overall, just a plane. But yeah, that'll be it.